WD 40-something-ish, coming to you from, of all places, the side of my driveway, where I was made aware of a curious phenomenon. It's a puddle that won't evaporate. It's the spring of eternal youth. It is a puddle that won't evaporate. It looks like water, it tastes like water, and if it's 95 degrees and sunny, it's there day after day. I did what any self-respecting man of the house would do when confronted with something like this. I ignored it. In my head and in my heart, I just hope that things like this just go away. On the third day after passing it by, it occurred to me what it was. The broken sprinkler head. Broken sprinkler head. If I had my choice, I'd have a sign right there in the front yard that would say, pollinator pathway. I'd do nothing with this lawn, but I don't think I could sell this in this neighborhood. So while I don't water the lawn, I keep the sprinkler system on because we have a garden with some drip hoses, and we use those zones only to make sure that the vegetables that we grow thrive, and they get the water that they need. Now that I'm in the acceptance stage of this problem, we're gonna figure out how to fix it. First things first, I'm gonna identify exactly where the sprinkler head is by turning the system on in the zone that I think is correct, and we're gonna dig out the sprinkler head. In my garage, under lock and key, is the control unit for my sprinkler system. Over here on the door is a list of all the various zones. I've gone through that list and I've identified the zone in question. So we're gonna run it in manual mode for a minute so that we can inspect how it functions and what the potential problem could be. On my Hunter ICC, I can go to manual, single station. I can use these controls to get to zone 14. I can set an amount of time. I don't need any more than a minute. And then I can turn this to run. Here we go. We should hear the system activate and see that sprinkler head come up. Yes, here they come. All right, this is the puddle we recorded earlier. So you can see it's growing as the sprinkler head comes up. I know where to dig. I got all the info I need right now. Get started on this. Before I begin, I'm gonna wanna shut off the water to the sprinkler system. Otherwise, it's gonna be a big mess. In fact, I might do that now and pick up on this in the morning once things have a chance to dry out a little bit. I happen to know where the valve for the irrigation system is in my basement, so I am going to shut it off. It's this, which goes out through the cement wall here. All right, that is now off. It's a brand new day, and with the water off, pool around the sprinkler head has dried up, and I can see it right here. So we're gonna get a shovel in on this, dig around it, and remove the sprinkler head so we can replace it. All right, so the sprinkler head's here, so we're gonna wanna dig probably around it like this to give us some room to work. All right, so we are making progress here. As the sprinkler head is here, it's starting to get a little loose. So, and I think, this is careful. We got to be careful here now because I can see the main feed of the hose. So you don't want to puncture that. All right, so we've loosened this up enough, cleared out enough dirt. It's loose, and I feel like I can twist it off. So let's see if this works actually. I don't want to get dirt in. Okay, here, take a look in there. You can see that the sprinkler head too is threaded. So I'm gonna put some electrical tape or something so that dirt doesn't get in there. I'm gonna take this to my local sprinkler supply, see if I can get a replacement. All right, so this is another look at the sprinkler head I'm replacing. Yesterday, I brought my broken sprinkler head into my not-so-local irrigation supply company, and I showed it to them. And I asked, do you have a suitable replacement? They said, why, yes. And they gave me this. In buying a new sprinkler head, it's important to look at the context of where it's gonna go. So my sprinkler head is at the side of my driveway. So this rotates 180 degrees. So that's all the way left, that's all the way right. So that's perfect. So when I install this, I want to make sure that this arrow is pointing, parallel to my driveway so that the spray nozzle will rotate like this. I'm going to put this thing in the ground. I'm going to test the seal, make sure that there aren't any other problems with the line, and then I'm going to have a little shoveler helper come and backfill. I brought some water here really to clean up the threads so that I can screw this on. I'm not going to use any silicone tape to start. I'm just going to screw the head on and see if it seals. And then, if I need to use something else to make sure that this is a good seal, then I will. Here's the new sprinkler head. It's set up all the way to the left, so I want, when it's fully installed, it to be pointing this way so that it goes back and forth like this. Okay, that's pretty good. Good. So now this arrow is sort of pointing parallel to the driveway, so the range of motion for the sprinkler head will be this, which is exactly what I want. I turned the water on and it doesn't look like the sprinkler head is leaking, so we'll turn on the zone just to confirm that the spray pattern is good, and then we'll backfill.
Oh, there we go.
All right, so this new head is working. It seems to be generally doing what the others are doing. The water was off, so it's sputtering a bit. We'll see how far it goes. It seems like it catches the front of the driveway a little bit, which, frankly, I don't care too much about, but just a small adjustment I can make now while the ground's still open. I'd also like to make this a little more misty instead of such a straight and direct line like some of these other heads. So I'll see if there's a way I can make that adjustment. All right, I made a micro adjustment so that it wouldn't hit the driveway as much, and now we're gonna backfill. Another job, WD done. Well enough. The future owners of this house will celebrate me and my efforts here today.